Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying a bunch of clean products. I pulled out some clean products from my stash. I also have some new products to show you. But before we get into this, I hope that you will subscribe by hitting that subscribe button. Also give this video a thumbs up if you like these type of videos, and let's get right into it. All right guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with this RMS Beauty Primer. This is the Revolve Radiance Locking Primer. I picked this up at Camera Ready Cosmetics. I don't think it is on Sephora. I'll check. If it is, I'll link it down below, but if it's not, you can get this at Camera Ready Cosmetics. The way you use this is you actually twist it up and it has a pump. So we're going to put probably about that much on, and I'm just going to place it all over my skin. It really doesn't smell like anything, but just off the bat, wow, it has like this really nice glow to it. So that feels really good on the skin. It has kind of like a lotion feel. It's not greasy, but it does have some slip to it, but it's more like a lotion type product, but it does have some radiance to it. The clean product that I have that's a poreless putty primer is by e.l.f. It's vegan, it's cruelty free. The e.l.f. putty primer is as close that I could get to, that was close to like a clean product. So I'm gonna go in with this. This is the Item One Hit Prime, Set, and Refresh. You guys have seen me use this on my channel. I do love this spray. It's really, really nice for the skin. It sets my makeup really well. I don't really have any issues when I use this spray, and I do use it to prime, or I use it to set, or I use it for both. So today we're gonna use it to prime and set. For eyes today, I'm gonna go in with this RMS Cream Shadow. Just like the primer, this is also a really good clean product. RMS has always been a clean product type of company, and I really do love these eyeshadows for the eyes. I don't necessarily have to put a primer, so I'm not gonna use a primer today. I usually just put it on the back of my hand, and a little goes a long way. Don't need much. That's the shade right there. This is more of a bronzy shade. And I just take a kind of like a almost fluffy brush, and I just run that on my eyelid. I love these eye shadows. They're very lightweight on the eyes. They don't feel heavy, and they look really beautiful. They're very stunning. And I like to just kind of blend it out on the edges just to kind of, you know, make it so it's not so harsh. All right, so the eyes were really quick. They're done. We're gonna go ahead and go into foundation. So a new product I want to try today is this Mineral Fusion foundation. This is the liquid foundation in warm dark caramel. So this is what I thought would be close to my skin tone. The one below it seemed like it was really, really light. So I'm just gonna have to bronze up like my neck area, because this one might be my skin tone, but just a tad bit darker. This is a liquid foundation. It has a flawless matte coverage. It's full coverage. It's rich in age-defying antioxidants and skin soothing ingredients. So we're gonna try it, see how it goes. I have tried makeup from Mineral Fusion. I love their bronzers. I also tried like their blushes. So this is what the foundation looks like. It comes in a glass bottle. Now it doesn't have a pump, so I'm gonna shake it up, and I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand. If this is too dark, we can always go in with like a concealer, lighter concealer. So I put a little bit on the back of my hand, and the consistency of this is not runny at all. So I'm going to use a sponge. See how this goes. The shade's really pretty. Oh, it has a nice glow to it too. You see that? Now the sponge, of course, is not giving me full coverage, which I figured it wouldn't. I've been liking using a brush because I feel like the brush gives me like better coverage. So I'm definitely gonna use a brush. I'm gonna use my Sonia Kashuk brush, and I'm gonna go in on the other side with the brush. Oh yeah, see? It gives me way more coverage. Brush always does a better job for me here lately. It may look like a little yellow on camera. Trust me, it doesn't look like that. When I look at it in this mirror, it looks pretty good. It looks like it's gonna blend in well with my neck. You know, with all these lights and the camera itself, sometimes it picks up on foundation and makes it look like not what it looks like in person. I would not say that it's matte. Now, it might have been matte had I not put on this Radiance Primer, but because I put the Radiance Primer, I think it has like a nice glow to it. All right, so far so good with that. I would say that I probably used a pump and a half. It has really nice coverage with the brush. So for concealer, I am gonna go in with this Saie concealer. I've had this for a while. This is also a new product I'm gonna be trying today. This is in the shade, I think it's HB3. Yeah, it's HB3. This is what the product looks like. I've tried some Saie products in the past. Some worked, some didn't, but I really wanted to try this concealer. So this is the wand, and I'm going to place this on my under eyes right here. It feels like it's going on a little like thick. You know, it doesn't have like that lightweight feel to it when I put it on my eyes or my under eyes. I'm also gonna put some here. This is a sheer brightening under eye concealer. So it's the Hydrabeam concealer. So we will see if it's really sheer. It doesn't feel like it's sheer. Like I said, the consistency feels a little thick. We're gonna see how it goes. Now, I wouldn't say it has a sheer coverage. I think it has more of like a medium coverage. It's not a full coverage concealer for sure. It looks nice under the eyes. It's very smoothing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with a little bit more, and I'm just gonna let it sit for a little while. And we're just gonna leave it like that just for a few seconds. In the meantime, I'm gonna put on my Tarte Shape Tape, and I can't find my darker one. I think it's in one of my makeup bags. I'm just going in with tan. I'm just gonna use a brush this time. Okay, that looks really nice. Now, it's not as brightening as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more brightening. I thought I got a lighter color, but so far this looks really pretty under the eye. It doesn't bother me. I can go in with some lighter powder and actually brighten it up if I need to. We are going to let that just sink in for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go in with powder. I have two powders that are some clean products that I wanna use today. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna use, but this is a new powder that I just picked up. This is the Westmsn Atelier powder. So I actually returned the cream one, and I got the shade Dune. I got Dune because I felt like cream was just a little too light for me. Dune was more of like a medium shade. Another powder that I love and that I've been using is the Undone Powder. This is also a clean product. This you can buy at Ulta or you can buy it at Target. I absolutely love this powder. I think it's one of the most beautiful powders on the skin. When you put it on, it looks very soft, very airbrushed. So I do love that one, but I think what I want to do is go in with the Westmsn Atelier. I'm just going to use my sponge today. I'm going to press that into the product. I'm just going to lightly, gently press on those areas that I need to set. I love this powder too. I think it's beautiful. I'm going to go in with the brush now. Just give it a little bit more coverage. Just kind of blend everything out. I'm going to go in with the Westmsn Atelier Pink Bubble Powder, and this is for my under eyes. Take it on my sponge, and I'm pressing right here because I have a little bit of creasing going on, and then I just gently press it onto my under eyes. Set that concealer in place. So now we're gonna go into bronzer. I am so excited because I have a new bronzer to show you guys. It is the Haus Labs bronzer by Lady Gaga. This is medium level 7. I picked this up a long time ago when they first came out, but I wanted to do this type of clean product video, so I waited to use it. This is the packaging. Such gorgeous, gorgeous packaging, and it doesn't surprise me, from Lady Gaga. So it comes with a mirror, and this is level 7. Now I tested out a bunch of them, and level 7 just seemed to be something that I would actually wear. So I'm gonna go in with that same brush. I haven't used this yet, guys. This is really new to me, and I'm just going to press this onto the cheeks, and yeah, that is gonna work. That is a beautiful shade. Not only that, it's going on so beautifully. Yes, that's gorgeous. Put a little bit on my nose, and I'm gonna come down a little bit with this because, like I said, I want everything to blend together. Oh, I love it. I love this. So good. Next thing we're gonna go into is we're going into the Haus Labs Lady Gaga highlighter. So I got this one as well during the same time, and this one is called Sunstone. I have heard that her highlighters are out of this world, so I'm really excited to use this one today. Ooh, this packaging is pretty too. It's kind of holographic. Gorgeous packaging. Here is the highlight. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. I'm gonna go in with this brush, and then I'm just going to press it That is beautiful. Wow, look at that. It just looks like it's like sinking into the skin. Oh my gosh. Okay, these Lady Gaga products are like getting to me. They're so good. All right, so I did pick up the Lady Gaga eyebrow pencil. This is called the Edge Precision Brow Pencil, and I got mine in medium brown. I'm gonna try to do one eye on camera, and then off camera, I'm gonna do the other eye because I'm not really good at this. I just want y'all to see how this goes on. Let me show you. It has, of course, a spoolie, and it has Haus Labs on the front. This is what the tip looks like. So it has just like a straight pencil tip. It's not like slanted or anything. So let me go in. It's a very, very pigmented and soft product. Wow, it's very easy to use. So I think the brows came out really nice. So yeah, so let's go ahead and move on. I'm gonna put on the Refy Lip Balm. Refy is also a clean product company. Most of the items that I do like, I've purchased. I'm just gonna rub this on my lips. This is a really nice lip balm, and it has that little silver tip to it where it feels very cooling on the lips. And it's like a massage for your lips. Next, what I'm gonna do is I have some blushes that I wanna show you guys. I picked up the RMS blushes. Now, these are the refills. I did not pick up the full compacts. This is the way the refills come. They come where they have this little plastic top on them. You open it and then it pops into the compact. But I didn't buy the compact. I bought these. Number one, they were cheaper in price. Number two, I'm gonna put a magnet and then just stick them in a magnetic palette. So I wanna go over the shades that I purchased. The first one here is called Hanky Panky. Really beautiful shade, kind of a dark plum. These also have a really beautiful like sheen to them. So this next one right here is called Sangria. Sangria is pretty. It doesn't look really like Sangria to me. It looks more of like a terracotta. I don't know if you guys can tell up close, but it's not really a Sangria shade to me, but it is really pretty. This shade right here is called Mai Tai. Mai Tai kind of reminds me of Orgasm by NARS. I saw this swatched in store and it is very, very beautiful. A nice summer color. I also got this one, which I love. This one's called French Rosé. This is one of my favorites. This one is one that I looked at when I first saw the line and I really wanted this one. This is another one that I loved. It's called Maidens Blush. This one's more of like a nude toned shade. I think this would be beautiful for the summer as well because it looks like it has like some bronziness to it. This last one is called Pomegranate Fizz, a really pretty like berry red shade. So I want to stick with this whole bronzy look. So I think what I'm going to do is go in with Maidens Blush because I think Maidens Blush is going to be like perfect. If I need to, I'll go in with a little bit of this one, which is Mai Tai. And like I said, I do plan on potting not depotting them, but placing a magnetic on the back and putting it in one of those magnetic cases. So here is what this shade looks like. This is Maidens Blush. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. These are just what I expected them to be. Okay, so that's the shade Maidens Blush. Really gorgeous. I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Mai Tai just on the apples of my cheeks. That looks really nice. I'm super impressed with these blushes. All right, so let's move on. I do want to show you another highlight that I love that's a clean brand, and it's the Merit highlight. I've shown this before. This one's just so gorgeous on the skin, guys. Look how beautiful that is. All you have to do is take your finger and just tap it on to your cheeks, and oh my gosh, it gives the most beautiful glow. Let's go ahead and finish off with some powder. Now, a clean brand that I love, it's the Kosas brand. Now, Kosas is very popular as far as their powders and also their concealer. I know a lot of people love their concealer. I think especially after Hailey Bieber wore it, a lot of young people loved it. So it is a good concealer. I don't have it. It didn't work well for my mature eyes, but I do have the powders here, and I'm going to use either Pillowy or Comfy. Pillowy's a little bit darker than Comfy. Comfy is a little bit lighter. This is more for the times when my skin tone's a little bit lighter, like in the winter. But we're going to go in with Pillowy because I think Pillowy is going to be beautiful. And this powder just gives a really nice glow to the skin. Really beautiful, just sets everything in place. Before we go into lips, I'm going to go ahead and use my Refy brow setter. This stuff is potent, guys. It is so nice on the brows. It really makes those brows stay in place. So I'm going to just brush my brows through. And then what I like to do, I like to take the brush and just brush them to where they're kind of standing up. And then I just go around the edges just to kind of set them down. The only lip liner that is close to a clean lip liner are these e.l.f. lip liners. So we're just gonna line our lips. This is in deep brown. For lips, I have these Merit lipsticks, which I love. I did a video showing you guys my Merit lipsticks. I'm gonna use, I don't know if I should use Millennial or 1990. 1990 is this really beautiful like brown. I might use 1990 like on the edges. And then Millennial is more of like a pink shade. I'm gonna go ahead and use this on the center. Such a beautiful combination. I'm gonna go in with the Lawless Forget the Filler, and I'm gonna use this one on top. This one's called Glazed, and I'm just gonna put that on the center. Now I'm gonna set my face with this Item Spray. All right, guys, so I just did my hair and I used my new GHD curling iron, the one I got at the Nordstrom sale. Oh my gosh, this is so good. It just puts some really nice, easy, fast curls in my hair. So yeah, it was my first time to try it and I really do like it. All right, so let's go over some of these new products. Let's start with the Haus Labs bronzer. Again, the bronzer's in the shade medium level 7. I think this is gorgeous. It is so beautiful on the cheeks. The shade is like perfect for me. I love the consistency of it. It's super like finely milled, super smooth. I've never tried the Haus Labs products. So glad that I got to try them today. And honestly, I had a positive view of every single product that I tried. So the next one, of course, is the Sunstone Highlighter. This highlighter, y'all, is like melt in your skin type of highlighter. It's not blinding. It's not sparkly. It's just got like that really beautiful melt in your cheeks kind of sheen. So I really am loving this, as well as the bronzer. It's so stunning on the cheeks. The next product, of course, is the Haus Labs brow pencil. I will say that it was super easy to use. It does have good pigment to it, but not so much where you feel like if I do one stroke, it's gonna look like crazy. You're able to work with this pencil. It's very nice and thin. As you can see, you can actually go in with those hair-like strokes. And as you can see, I barely pressed on my hand and I got some really nice hair-like strokes. So yeah, this is a very nice creamy pencil and I think the color is just perfect for me. The next thing I want to talk about is this foundation. I didn't know how this was going to turn out, guys. A lot of times with like mineral foundations, they look so stinking dewy and too shiny on me, but I think this one glows beautifully. Again, I used the RMS Radiance Primer. I think this has a lot to do with the glowiness that I have on, but I love the glowiness. I think it's a beautiful like glow and shine to the skin. It's not like greasy looking. It just looks glowy and fresh. So yeah, I think both of these go well together. Again, this is a matte foundation, but it is a very soft matte foundation. It has that really velvet look to it. And the Radiance Boosting Primer I think is gorgeous. I think next time I won't put it like here in the center because I did rub it all over. I think what I would use this is just for the perimeter. It's very radiant as a radiance primer. So yeah, I think I'll use like more of a mattifying primer in the middle. Looking at it, I don't really have any issues with my pores because I put that poreless primer. I did not use my matte poreless primer by e.l.f. Actually grabbed the other one, the original poreless primer, and yeah, I would have gone with the matte one, but I ended up picking the other one and I'm fine. Everything looks fine. So for the Saie concealer, I like the concealer. It's not like breaking up on me. I'm coming close so you guys can see that the concealer looks really smooth. It is very radiant under the eye, and I think it's supposed to be. It's what did we say this was? It's a Hydrabeam concealer, so it does have some radiance. So I would say like if you have dry under eyes, I would definitely try this, and I would let it sit for a few seconds, maybe like 10 seconds before you go in blending. I think it gives better coverage that way, and I also think it gets better coverage with a brush instead of like a sponge. I feel like the sponge might have soaked up some of the product. That's why I had to go in with it a second time, but I do like the finish of it. I think the finish is just beautiful. It's really pretty. And for the RMS blushes, I only tried 2 today. I'm definitely gonna try the other ones because I love the formula of these blushes, guys. They look so gorgeous on the cheeks and they have like a nice sheen to them. So they're not super sheeny, you know, where you're gonna see like glitter or it's gonna look like dewy. They just have a really nice sheen to them. I'm so glad I made this purchase. I'm so glad I bought all of them because they're way different than a lot of the blushes that I've been buying here lately. A lot of them have been like cream blushes. A lot of them have been just like your typical like blush, you know, like not matte, but just like a powder blush. And these are way different. So yeah, so I love those. So that's it. Those are the only new products that I tried today. Everything else was in my collection. So glad I got to do this for you today. I love the look of this, guys. It's very, very natural. I wanted to mention one thing before I get off of here, and I want to mention the Item blushes. I didn't use the Item blushes because I had the RMS. Of course, you know, Item is a clean brand as well. I use the spray, but these blushes are insane, guys. They don't have a sheen to them. They are very creamy, but they're more like a powder blush. So I'll show you. You see, they have more like of that regular, you know, type of blush finish. And I love them. They're pigmented. They go on beautifully, guys. There's some good blushes. So if you haven't tried the Item blushes or the Item spray, I would definitely give those products a try. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys here. But thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Take care, and we will see you on the next one.